Yeah, I got up this morning, guys. It was like 44 degrees. And I told Miss Daisy I got to get on my hike. She said, "Man, you're going to get out there in this? It's cold." I said, "Yeah, it's only 44 degrees. The wind just howling, guys. It was just howling out of the north." And so anyway, I go down the causeway and walk that whole 2 mile. It's about a mile one way and a mile back. And then you got a long 1,500 catwalk going all the way out the Gulf. Through the mangroves. I went out all the way to the end, and there's this guy standing out there. There's a shelter out there, and there's a railing, and you can look out to the Gulf. And this guy standing there, he turned around and looked at me, and he said, "Man, it's cold out here." I said, "Yeah, it's about as cold as nasty Nancy's friggin' boobies." And he looked at me grinning. He knew who I was talking, what Nancy I was talking about. He says, "You know her that well, huh?" I said, "Oh, come on, bro, you're going to make me lose my breakfast." And he just busted out laughing. I thought he was going to fall off the frickin' railing into the water. He was laughing so hard. He was just having way too much fun. What do you think, guys? What do you think? Oh, yeah. What do you think, guys? Huh? Yeah. Come and take it. Come and take it. It's beautiful. Thank you, Uncle Ted. You know, him and I are the same age. Isn't that something? I think he's a few months older than me, though. Yeah, we're the same age. Yeah, but, I think I look better than he does, though. Yeah, what do you think, guys? I think I look better. Anyway, I probably don't, but I'm just what I'm thinking, I'm not always right, Updates. I gotta give you updates on what's going on with my bud. And Carol, my sister Carol out there, way out there. The guy we're talking about here is Dwayne. In case you're interested, you know Dwayne, who Dwayne is. We go back to the 60s, so I know you know who that is. Yeah. Anyway, I called, been trying to call, and the phone goes to, they're not accepting messages, and I'm going, that don't sound good. That does not sound good. So finally today, because I wasn't getting through on his cell phone, and the jungle that he lives in up there, hour or so north of me, you just don't get a signal out of there. But he had a kind of a landline thing. It was a dish, satellite dish, and then it was hooked to a phone that I could talk to him on. So anyway, I was calling that phone, and it's just it's no longer accepting calls, and then it would go to voicemail. So I left one voicemail yesterday, and I think the day before, and nothing. I said, no, this isn't good at all. So finally I called on the cell phone. I just thought I'd give it a try. And who picked up but his wife. So anyway, she filled me in on the latest, and the last time I talked to her, he had a stroke, major stroke. They found the problem. They put a stent in. Well, that was false information. They did not. She had thought they put a stent in him somewhere to get flow to the brain because he'd had a stroke. Anyway, he came to afterwards, and he was mean. He was fighting them and this and that, and they said, no. They gave him the checkout drugs, and he just, went into la la land, the twilight zone. And then they strapped him down, because if you come to and you're fighting them, they're not going to put up with that at the VA office. No, they're going to just lock you down. So that's what they did. And then they re-administered drugs and put him in the twilight zone. So that's where he's been. But this morning I called, and she said, well, I'm down here now, and he is out of there. He don't know where he's at, she said. Of course, he's in lockdown, and so you don't hurt yourself when you wake up. You know, you probably got a catheter in you, you know, and this IV and that one, you know, all hooked up with tubes and whatnot. And so she says, well, if he can come off of the drugs, they're going to try it today. If he can come off of the drugs, he's at Sands up there in Gainesville. That's where they do the heart work and, you know, brain stuff. You have a stroke or whatever. He was there, and so he was at the regular VA, and then they moved him to Sands because they're the pros in strokes and heart attacks and whatnot. And but they had to put him in La La Land. So she said they're going to try to get him around today, and if he behaves himself, then they will go ahead and put him over in rehab. So, you know, they get him in rehab, and then if he behaves himself, then they can work with him and get it out. And she said he's in later stage of dementia, for the simple fact he's been a major alcoholic forever. Okay, so yeah, guys, stop drinking. I've been there. You know, it's time to grow up. It's time to grow up. Stop it. You don't need it. Stop all the sugar. I've been preaching that. He's been a sugarholic. I told you he had the M&M bag there. Margarita mix here. You know, so we can taper it off and drink and drive. I asked him before, I said, is it okay to drink and drive? He said, well, down there where you're at, he said, no, you can get in trouble for that. But up here, not only is it okay, it's mandatory. I said, oh, really? So I said, well, I'll let you drive as long as you want to drive. It's about the first second I see you get a little bit of half goofy, I'm taking over, okay? Yeah. So he gave me a little chuckle on that one. But anyway, yeah, so she said, I'll update you as soon as I find out something. I said, great. And she said, as soon as the phone was breaking up because she was inside there and wasn't getting a good signal. She says, when I get on the road, and I assumed she was heading back to the house, back to the jungle. You know, that's what I assumed. But apparently she was just going to go out for lunch or something. And she said, when I get on the road, I'll give you a call, fill you in. I said, great. Because I was only hearing about every other third word she was saying. So anyway, she called me back, and she filled me in on it. And I said, all right, very good, dear. Just keep me posted what's happening. And she said, if we can get him around, you know, he'll go over to rehab. If he's not going to fight him, if he's going to fight him, it's a different story. Okay. And I said, well, I know how he is. And when he finds out, and he's basically knows he's locked up in jail, he's not going to be a happy camper. Okay. He's not going to be a happy camper. He's going to want to kick somebody's ass. So, anyway. She said, okay, dear, I will talk to you later. I say, so bye. And then in a little bit, the phone rings, and lo and behold, it's his wife. She said, I got somebody here who wants to talk to you. And lo and behold, here he is. Hey, he says, hey, what's going on? I said, what's going on, bro? You're in friggin', I gave him some tough love here, guys. I said, bro, you're in friggin' jail, okay? You're in jail. And I could hear his wife, I think it was on speaker. I hear her giggling on the side, right? I said, you're in jail, bro. If you don't behave yourself, you're going to be in there a lot longer. Okay? Have a little of my green tea. No, it's not whiskey, you guys. Okay. Green tea with nothing in it. Well, there's ginger and cinnamon in there. That's all. There's no sweetener. Anyway. I said, do you even know who you're talking to? Yeah, yeah, I think so. I said, it's Steve. Say Steve. He never did say my name. I said, it's Steve. We go back a ways. How about to 1962? We've been hunting, buddy, since 1962, hunting and fishing. Remember me? Yeah, yeah. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Anyway, poor guy. I say poor guy, he put himself in this boat. He's been working on this deal for a long time. Why he still has a liver, guys, I don't friggin' know. Okay, I don't know. He's living proof, that the human body can take a whole bunch of crap and keep on ticking, okay? But he ain't been ticking good, like I tell you. If you don't adopt a carnivore diet and stop all sugar, all right, this is the road you're going to go down. You're going to be in jail. And once you're in jail, you've lost your freedom, okay? Because they've had to tie him down to a bed. Can you believe it? Tied down. Wake up and find yourself strapped. You ain't going nowhere, all right? How about that for a warm and fuzzy feeling right there? So anyway, I got on his ass a little bit, and I could hear Priscilla in the background. I said to her, has he got an IV stuck in him where they're pumping that sugar water in him? No, she said, he's not on any of that, any IVs at all. I said, well, thank you, Lord, for that. I said, the last thing in the world he needs is some sugar water pumping in his system. And I said, when they start bringing the food to him, if it's not bacon and eggs or a chunk of meat, like a nice fatty ribeye, tell him to take it back and go get him some of that stuff. You don't want to see nothing that's white on that plate, and you don't want to see nothing on that plate they're bringing him that once it hits his belly button, it turns to sugar, okay? You know how it's going to go at VA, They're big pharma, all right? They don't do no holistic nothingness. It's big pharma all the way, all right? And he's been on the plan hasn't worked, guys. It's not working. The whole system is shutting down. The entire country, our entire country, is going bankrupt because of this big pharma medical nonsense, okay? It's not working. I would if I was in charge of any of this stuff, guys. First of all, when he came in and stroked out, all right, get him fixed up to where you monitoring him, and he's going to come back around like he did. Have him in a room that's freaking padded, okay? I wouldn't tie the guy down at all. I would maybe tie him down to the point where he's awake. And if he wants to get ugly and want to fight me, I'm going to say, you can fight all you want to, but you're not getting out of this chair. And we're not putting you back under again. And you can get as mean and nasty as a sack of rattlesnakes, but you're not coming out of that chair, bud. That's how I would do. I'd give him some tough love, guys. This is what I would do. I don't care what any shrink down there says or any woke doctor says. That's the problem we got today. Too much woke, and it's a friggin' joke, all right? I tell the guy, listen, you got yourself in this friggin' mess. You are a friggin' total alcoholic and a sugaraholic. You're screwed up, and I'm sorry if you ate a bunch of Snicker bars and M&Ms, but that was on you and all this booze you've been drinking, and put yourself in a freaking coma. I had a friend die. I had one of my best hunting buddies check out because he actually drank until he went into a coma. He woke up for a little bit. He tore all the freaking plumbing out of him that they had him in. They had him strapped down. They immediately, they didn't have him strapped down, and he tore all the lines out. They strapped him down. They replumbed him. and he went into a coma again and never woke up. He died. Yeah. Best hunting buddy. Had him for years. Greatest guy, greatest hunter. The hardest hunter I've ever seen in my life. Anyway. So that's what I would do. I would put him in a freaking padded room and say, we're gonna take the straps off of you, okay? If you can behave yourself. If you don't behave yourself, you're gonna sit there in them straps. You're gonna keep you awake. And you can fight and bite all you want. You can act like a raccoon trying to chew your foot off that's in a steel trap. You can do anything you want to do. But you're not getting out of these restraints until you calm the hell down. That's what I would tell them. And just sit there sitting there and foam at the mouth until they calm down. Or maybe have a major heart attack and check out. But keep them monitored with this and that. And keep them to where he can stay alive if possible. Now, I may be totally wrong with this. But sit there just plumbing in more drug just to shut them up. Make them go to sleep. Where's that getting you? I don't know if it's getting you anywhere. Maybe buy you a little time while this juice they're pumping in you works. But, we could say, and I would say, listen, when you square away, we're going to start feeding you the proper human diet. And that's going to be bacon and eggs, sausage and eggs. And then you're going to have a great big, you can eat all the ribeye you want around noon. If you want to eat 2 pounds, you can eat 2 pounds. But you're not getting nothing other than filtered water. Yeah. Now, tomorrow morning, if you like, we can get you some coffee or tea. He didn't want much of any of that, I remember. He didn't want much of any of that. He'd just wait and have a little water in the morning, and then he'd start hitting the booze mid-morning and then throughout the day. That's why we're at where we're at. So that's how I would dry them out. I would dry them out that way, and I'd start weaning them off sugar. Once you get them off sugar, this whole life's going to change, guys. That's what's wrong with our country today. It's totally shot out with booze and sugar. Okay, booze and sugar. And any food that turns to sugar once it hits your belly button. Oh, yeah. Once it hits that belly button, turns to sugar, this ain't good. Your body cannot take it. All the problems we're having today, and Big Pharma, VA, all of them, they don't want to address the problem because there's no money in it. There's no money in it, guys. These guys will all go bye-bye if you listen to me. All these heart specialists, skin doctors, joint replacement therapy guys, all that going to start going away. They're going to go bankrupt, and they don't want that. But it's up to us to pull our head out of our backside. So this is more tough love from Steve-O. You got to love me pissing in your ear, guys. You just got to love me pissing in your ear, don't you? God bless it, you guys, for putting up with old Steve-O. Hey, be happy, guys. Be strong. We're going to keep getting it on. I'll keep you updated with my old buddy. See how he's doing. I'll check in probably tomorrow or the next day. I'll probably give him a day, keep away from me for a day, and then I'll check back in with him, see how it's going. And I'm just going to keep throwing tough love out there if he'll talk to me. I don't know. He may shut down and not talk to me. He may shut down and die. I don't know. When this stuff starts cleaning out of the system, and this is why we've got these vets 22 a day killing themselves, because we've got a corrupt system that's not really addressing the issue. The issue is get them off booze and get them off sugar and turn them into hyper carnivores. The Navy SEALs right now are finally pulling their head out of their backside, our elite forces, and they're making them carnivores or keto carnivores. I would like to see their menu. I really would. I'll give them a thumbs up or thumbs down if I see that menu, but I haven't seen it yet. Maybe I'll research and see if I can't find that menu. But they're starting to get it. If you want an elite fighting force, yeah, That's what you feed that army. You feed them a carnivore diet, and they will be bad to the bone. See you on the next one, guys. Be happy. Be strong, because we got to keep getting her on. See ya.